So basically, I just wanted to show parameter or PS default parameter values is a default variable in PowerShell that is a hash table, and you can get more help by running just this get help about parameter default values. It's like all the other about ones, it'll give you more information. Where I actually, in my PowerShell profile, I set a number of things because I don't know how many times I've done something like this where I create a CSV file, and then when I go into it, it has this type at the beginning of it. So then I have to go back and set no type information. And so basically in the, for the format, or for the key of the hash table, you give it your variable name or your function name or your commandlet name, and then a colon and the parameter that it'll take, and then what you want to set it to. So for switches, like no type information, you set it to true, and then once I run that, if I do that same command again, we see that we now have we don't have that type information, so it looks like a CSV should look. And I also added, because I had the misfortune of accidentally deleting a file once that I had spent hours working on and then couldn't recover. So adding remove item confirm also makes it very, very handy so that you end up getting prompted whenever you try to delete anything. Which is also kind of a blessing and a curse because it gets annoying having to say yes every single time. But where I really found it helpful is with get active the AD modules because they kind of give like just very basic information. And I found that every single time I ran it, I wanted to get, in the case of AD Computer, I wanted the description, operating system, and operating system version. So if you just set the default parameter value to the array of what you want, then anytime we run it without specifying properties, it gets you the it gets you all the information, like that extra information that you requested from it. And then you can add like a lot, like for AD user, you can add a whole bunch to it. And then I've also been told recently that you can use script blocks to add to it, so you can actually add logic to your information. But interesting. Yeah, I found that PS default parameter values is kind of one of those things that when I learned it and how powerful it was, I started throwing it into my profile everywhere. And then I've been encountering people that that didn't know what it was, and so figured I should share that.
All right.
That's a cool tip.
Yeah, I think that's a great tip, and there's a lot to know there, and especially setting that up and even setting it on the dynamic again, that's a great thing.
So do you just set those in your profile, so every time it starts, it just reconfigures?
Yeah, so it's set in the profile because the variable is only session specific. So I would set them in my profile. Actually, these were ripped like right out of my profile, so that they're set the same every time. And you can do things, or one of the things you can also do is actually let me
I think you put wildcards.
Pulling up from here. Yeah, you can use wildcards is what I was. So one that I had actually that I didn't put in. Oh, I'm on the wrong. The keyboard is in the wrong spot. So I had a. Whoops. I have this one. So we had, I had a thing that pulled out my admin account in my profile. It's probably not the most secure thing, but it worked. We had modules at work that we prefaced with PT because our team was productivity technology. So I created added where star dash PT star. So anything that is in ours, if it has a credential parameter, then I was giving it my admin account, and that allows you to assign the same variable to multiple commandlets without having to go in and like specify like get dash PT computer and set dash like for all of them, and then add new ones as they come in. This kind of just adds it to all of them. It's the wild card.
Pretty cool. All right.
Yeah.
Thanks, Cory.